Traders, welcome back to the channel. We're covering AMC, going over the charts and the options action today and why everything is absolutely getting torched and where AMC is going in the near-term future. Like, subscribe, do what you got to do. Let's get to it. Now, looking at AMC, let's talk about the overall movement. Now, you got the test that you wanted. We've been talking about, right? I have been mentioning most likely an upside test to this level here. And I mentioned yesterday, if you stayed above these higher lows, what you're going to test is weekly. Guess what happened? You pushed all the way to that 19.8 region, hitting 20.2, getting rejected, pushing down. Now, if you've watched the educational video, right, this is the video that I recommend people watching. People always ask for educational content, yada, yada, yada. This is the one. You're going to go to my page, click my channel, whatever my channel, Tyler Wilson Investing, yada, yada. Go to playlist. It's the only playlist, the day trading strategy. This is it. It's like 6-7 minutes long, super easy to understand. Right here, it goes over this basic trading strategy, right? This is why it's constantly being respected, right? It's the simplest form of trading, in my opinion, right? So you're having this higher low going on, but you're forming a pennant that we went over yesterday, right? This is what I had highlighted, at least, right? That you had this channel going like this. You had the higher lows, still making a little bit of lower highs, but you're in a pennant. I said, as long as you stay above this, you are going to push towards that level. This morning, indexes were slightly stronger. You pushed up, and people in the comments saying you don't follow indexes. Indexes don't matter. Well, I'm gonna break that whole theory with you once again, because you're not listening. You're not paying attention. Now, if you want to trade based on this idea that nothing else matters besides AMC and manipulation this and manipulation that, I get it. The stock's manipulated. I agree. I've gone over that as well. But you got to start using logic, people. You got to start finding how the market moves and how AMC moves, especially if you're trading this on shorter time frames as well as holding it on longer time frames as well, right? So here, in my opinion, you pushed up, hit that level, got rejected. Now, again, people want to say, T, it doesn't matter. Obviously, you held this candle right there, right below the weekly. 2 candles right there. Just pointing that out. On a 15-minute, you came down, retested almost to that zone, got rejected, never pushed back up, and then you broke out of these higher lows as well in that bull flag and pushed, or bear flag, pushing down, in my opinion, towards that $17 region very soon, possibly a double bottom, but we'll get to that here in a second. Now, again, so people are going to say that AMC does not get affected by SPY. So if you're looking at SPY on the morning, the whole morning while AMC was pushing up, it got help from SPY. Anytime SPY goes up, this is good for AMC, in my opinion. Now, does that mean SPY is always going to carry AMC? No, we've gone over in previous videos that sometimes AMC just gets held down because it's so manipulated, in my opinion. And I'm going to get to something that really will open your eyes to how manipulated this thing really is here in a second. But looking at this, you had that push, and then guess what? Near the end of the day, completely shot down. Look at AMC. The same exact trend. I'm not making this up. It's the same exact chart, roughly. Literally the same chart. This is where AMC opened up, went straight up with the SPY, went straight back down with the SPY. Just saying this is what happened. Now, in previous days, we've gone over, even when the SPY gets love, even when the SPY is pumping, AMC's still been getting held down. But I've gone over, if you want AMC to go up, the SPY going up is probably going to be a necessity. That does not mean you're going to get that push that you want. However, it's going to be one of the minimum requirements, in my opinion, for AMC to continue. But right now, you're breaking down out of this. In my opinion, the only support you have right now is this level here, 18.2. If you break below 18.2 going into tomorrow, you're coming down in a hurry towards the low 17s to 16.5. Now, I want to say something that people aren't going to like, but you probably need to hear on the channel. Now, if you would have been trading based on some of this information, not financial advice, anything like that, but you would have made money to the call side based on how you moved. So confirming that you made a higher low, I did say you're probably pushing towards a weekly. It happened. I also mentioned on Twitter as well that it's funny how this thing ends up working out, right? We've gone over, it's funny how the weeklies work. I've gone over why I trade based on what I do, how I'm looking at things, everything like that. Right here, the weekly does wonders. Pushed up, guess what? You got rejected, pushed right back down, told everyone in Discord. This thing most likely comes down based on where it's at. I am not a buyer at these levels. This is not a squeeze. That's not what this is. In my opinion, it was a fake out. Just like this whole morning, the whole buy this morning, I told everyone it was a fake out. Lucid pumping this morning, absolute fake out. That's what happened. There was no catalyst for anything to be moving onto the upside. So going back to AMC. This is what I want to look at. One, we got the options count. I'm going to show you the new tool here in a second as well. Looking at AMC, we talked about it. There's low possibility you're holding 20. I told everyone in Discord, there was no way in the world they were letting you hold 20 this week. No way in the world. As manipulated as AMC has been and continues to be, based on the options flow, in my opinion, zero chance in the world. Almost 70,000 total contracts flowing in there between open interest and volume. Only 35,000 on puts. But if you just look at what's happening, where these are accumulating at, where the volume's coming in on the put side, even when AMC was moving up, it was still accumulating almost roughly down to that $14, $15 zone down here, right here at 15. If you look at AMC, there's no calls in the money down here. They want to push you down below $18. They're probably going to keep you underneath $19. That's almost a certainty, but they're going to try to push you very close to $15 based on that as well, based on all these to get in the money. Now, what we're going to do is break out the new tool. Now, this is going to show overall liquidity and a heat map. So looking at this, this is going to be something that just shows overall buying pressure. So you're going to be confused when you look at this. I understand, but just kind of try to listen. So basically, if you look here, let's look at the past. Right here, this red line right here represents a lot of selling and buying liquidity, right? So this is going to be buy orders. So they had a whole bunch of buy orders set here, tons, 60,000 contracts are at the bid right there, right? Now going up, you can see when you're at higher than you, that's going to be a sell order. They had 27,000 there, another 60,000 here, another 53,000 there. So this is what's going to show just overall liquidity. But if you look at other stocks, it looks different, right? So on AMC, as you look right now, or towards just the end of the day, because the markets are now closed, but there's less volume, right? These sell walls are a lot smaller. They're yellow, so the closer you get to red, the stronger those sell walls are, right? Or the buy walls, whatever they mean. That's more volume there. So if we look here, there's not really that much, and you can see these big ones just disappear. But let's go look at another stock. For instance, let's look at Lucid. As you look at Lucid, throughout the day, they stay there. Those key buy and sell zones, they very much are staying there in the after hours as well. Now you can see this is where the market's closed, but they maintain the same levels. Going back to AMC, you can see they are consistently changing and moving. They're buying and they're actually just swapping those levels. Now, people can talk about this being illegal, whatever it may be. I'm just going to tell you right now, AMC's manipulated. Looking at the heat map, looking at the liquidity, it has never been more apparent, more clear, or more eye-opening. So when you're looking at AMC, when you get these key level pushes, in my opinion, you got to be watching the key price action point levels. So if you don't mount the weekly, in my opinion, it's all for nothing. So I'm not being negative. I'm giving you a real viewpoint of how to look at these stocks and how to be trading. For instance, I made the SoFi video earlier. Now, I made the video last night going over SoFi. I mentioned if you mounted and got above this level here, this 1437, 1440 region, you most likely were going to push towards the monthly. And guess what happened? Immediately at the open for the day, go to the 3-minute chart, you can actually see you pushed above, came down, retested, and you never turned back the whole time. And SoFi really held up even through most of the SPY crash until about the end of the day, which I will say I love SoFi long term. Now looking back at AMC, I'm not to say that AMC is not as strong, doing very well, etc., etc. I'm just telling you, it all comes back down to the same trading strategies. So you can say, T, it doesn't matter. You can get mad. You can call me a shill, whatever you want. The goal of this channel is to help you guys look at these charts, because whether you like it or not, these charts have an apparent effect on you because you keep coming back every single day to watch the videos because you know something is right about what's going on here on the channel. That's not to make me sound better than you, smarter than you, anything like that, but that's just the fact of the matter. You would not be coming back to the same weatherman if he was predicting the wrong weather every single day, if he didn't have a point with the formula he was using to get that weather every single day. And in my opinion, that's what I'm doing on AMC. I'm just a weatherman trying to predict the overall movement on the stock, whether it's to the up or to the downside. I have no vested interest on this thing going down. Why? Because I don't even trade puts on the stock. I never even grab them. I've only ever traded puts one time. Ask anyone in the Discord. That's a key factor into knowing what I'm doing on this channel as well. And if you think I'm paid by the hedge funds, believe me, I wouldn't reply to your comments, and I think I would need a little bit more views to actually get paid by the hedge funds. And honestly, I'd be trying to dump this thing to the ground if I was paid by the hedge funds. So in my opinion, I'm trying to help you guys in the best way possible and telling you exactly how I trade this stock. Anyways, like, subscribe, do what you gotta do, unsubscribe if you're very sensitive and you can't handle the truth that comes from the channel and your name is Karen. Remember, boys, we run the market.
I got no drip in my pocket. Must've forgot it, or maybe I already lost it.